Hey guys, and welcome to Car Guy 1999 Reviews. Today, it's a bit different. I'm doing a night review of a 2019 Porsche GT3 RS. This is, I think, my favorite car I've ever driven. This one's fitted with an IPE exhaust, which you can hear pretty good. This has the full Y-Sack pack. This one is wrapped, so this one's lizard green underneath, but it's wrapped in Expel Stealth. Now the car's a bit dirty. The owner just did a track day. That's where I actually met him. But yeah, let's go ahead, hop on in. You've got the full Y-Sack pack. You got Y-Sack up on the seats, green inserts. Getting into those big buckets, sometimes you'll hit yourself on these little side bolsters, but it's not bad. Once you're in, oh, this thing is beautiful. These seats hug you so well. I have no complaints about this car except the fact that I don't own one yet. The PDK is, I think, the best transmission ever built. There's really no doubt in my mind about that. This car also features launch control. That's right, you knew I was gonna do it. So, what you do, put the PDK in drive, hit PDK Sport, put your left foot firmly on the brake, floor the gas, and hold on. Oh my God, I love this car so much. I don't think it's gonna come across on camera. I really don't. But the spine tingling sensation you get from this car is unlike any car I've ever driven. This is such a good car. Now, I don't know if that's a tune or if that's factory. But if that's factory, holy crap. So all I'm doing is I'm just giving it a little bit of gas as I'm decelerating, just enough where the PDK doesn't engage, but it gives it fuel. And the cutoff noise is just unreal. It's probably the loudest pops and bangs I've ever heard. Just for a little bit. We'll put the window down so you can hear it. Yep, that's loud. That's very, very, very loud. Downshifts are seamless. It's so good. That's where this car excels, is these back roads. I mean, come on, people. If you don't own a GT3 RS and you can afford one, what are you doing in life? This is... words cannot describe this car. I'm in love. I cannot deny it. This is the car that made me fall in love with Porsche. I've driven the 996 Turbo. That was the first Porsche I ever drove. I was kind of disappointed by it. Then I drove the 997 Turbo. That was a very good car. I was definitely surprised by that car. But what set it all off for me was the 991.1 GT3 RS. That was the car that did it in, that made me fall in love with Porsche. Because not only are their cars so good, these cars are unlike anything else I've ever driven. They're so refined, they're so sophisticatedly simple. That's probably the weirdest way someone's put that, but it's true. They're sophisticatedly simple. And when you want to just be mellow, it will do it. You can shut off the exhaust, but the IPE doesn't really shut off. Anyway, this is one of the only cars that's left me speechless. I really can't explain the way this car makes me feel. I've never driven a car like this, and I don't know, man. This makes me want to buy a 991 Carrera. Just the Carrera. Just to get a taste of what this car is like. These cars really don't get affordable. They start out 180, you add the YSAC pack, which this car has, and you start running really into 200, because I think the YSAC was, I think it was a $20,000 option, something like that. But what makes Porsches expensive is when you start running up the options. If you are not picky whatsoever about the exact spec and everything you want in a car, you can get a base GT3 for $180,000. Honestly, that's the way I'd go. Because the $180,000 entry level, I'm not talking about fully optioned, but the entry level price, the main competitors of this car are a base 570S and a base Huracan 580, not the Performante. That's when this gets fully optioned, and the Performante is still more expensive. It's weird to say that this car is the budget alternative, but this car's cheap for what you get. You have a car that ran the Nürburgring in 6 minutes and 56 seconds. That's 1 second faster than the 918 Spider, which has pretty darn close to 1,000 horsepower, in a car that has 520 horsepower. Full naturally aspirated, no hybridization, no turbos, just good old naturally aspirated German engineering and power. You can't get much better than that. I've never driven a car that's made me feel as emotional as this car. Believe it or not, I've never driven a base GT3. I really, really want to try one just to compare, because what I've heard is the GT3 is the streetable RS, if you kind of get my drift. So it's not going to be as completely raw and insane as this car is. And of course, this has a little bit of aftermarket stuff with the IPE exhaust. But I really can't complain. This is, I think, my top 3 cars in the world. 458 Speciale, or just 458 in general. And this is in no particular order. But 458, GT350, and a GT3 RS. I think the GT350 is either second or third. 458 is definitely below this car. Base 458 definitely below this car. But a 458 Speciale Aperta, I don't know. But don't forget, those cars go for like deep into 6 figures. Like, I'm talking $500,000 is the cheapest one you'd ever find. Whereas in the used market, these really don't depreciate all that much. So, it's a collector's item. I'm speechless. I've never driven a car like this, but I really hope to make more content with this car. Oh, I'm sorry, this is gonna be just me rambling on, but you know what? It's worth it. To drive a GT3 RS, it's worth it. So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Thank you so much for 1,000 subscribers as well. Milestone I thought would never come. I just did this out of the love of my own. But once again, thank you so much for watching this video, guys. Please like, share, subscribe, and stay tuned for future content.